the debater, the devil's advocate. Whatever you want to call the clever ENTP, every personality type has their quirks, and this extroverted type is no different. Except, in the case of the ENTP, who processes more of their thinking externally by communicating with others, these strengths and weaknesses can seem a little more obvious once you understand them. Welcome, or welcome back, Psycho. Before we start, have you liked and subscribed to our channel? Go ahead! And be sure to click the notification bell while you're there so that you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with ENTP strength number 1. True adaptability and flexibility. In a world of uptight demandingness, the ENTP's natural adaptability and flexibility certainly comes in handy. Their ability to go with the flow and not get too hung up on the shortcomings of life makes for a more relaxed outlook on the future without the need to take on too much stress and worry. Not only does this sense of flexibility help them adjust to new and unexpected circumstances, but most ENTPs can relate to actually feeling quite excited amidst change. New opportunities for problem solving, new experiences, new people. Heck, if the ENTP wasn't invited to said change, they'd probably be a little butthurt. One thing to know about this type is that they're not afraid of the unknown, which gives them the advantage of being one of the only types that can efficiently push their own boundaries. In fact, if there's one thing that frightens the ENTP in life, it's stagnancy, which brings us to our first ENTP weakness, their avoidance in practical tasks. Stagnancy and tedious tasks have a lot in common: little excitement, easily predictable, and not a whole lot of opportunity for creativity. Whether it's a repetitive career position or the mundane day-to-day tasks of living, the ENTP much rather be debating about theoretical ideas and abstract concepts than completing any sort of mindless task. Rooted in the curious and intellectual nature, the ENTP is much better at making the decisions than they are executing them. In fact, their craving for a constant change of pace makes it so that they only tend to get things done on their own time. They are more interested in what could be in terms of plans and ideas than can be adapted or debated. When it comes to executing these plans, however, they can quickly lose interest, resulting in their brilliant plans never really seeing the light of day. ENTP strength number 2. Genuine originality. If there's one thing that truly stands out about the ENTP personality type, it's their innate originality. With little attachments to tradition and social norms, people who belong to this personality type are able to easily discard existing systems and structures in order to replace them with their own concept of the world. With extroverted intuition as their main driver, ENTPs are able to quickly find patterns and underlying principles in their outer world, including the corrupt systems that we refer to as leaders. As a result, this clever type constructs their own theories and frameworks of how the world should be, and they follow it with no remorse. In fact, this is what gives the ENTP their keen brainstorming skills as well. By analyzing issues from all angles, ENTPs are able to come up with the best solutions and schemes. Plus, they certainly won't be afraid to tell you all the reasons your idea is wrong. ENTP weakness number 2. Difficulty to focus. Ironically, the same versatility that allows the ENTP to develop such wonderful and original ideas also makes it far too easy for them to replace old ideas with new ones. Similar to their dislike towards practical manners, ENTPs are known for moving on to the next bright and shiny concept far too often, rarely getting to the point of rolling out their fascinating ideas to their full potential. When their excitement fades, this curious type turns to fresh thoughts as a solution. In fact, this doesn't only pertain to their own ideas and plans, but also their obligations, like work and family life. ENTPs may stray from a task at hand, completely overlooking what they're supposed to be doing. For example, even if they have work piling on their office desk, ENTPs would rather make time for brainstorming the newest project that doesn't launch for another year. For most people with this personality type, it's important to find ways in which they can hold themselves accountable when it comes time to completing tasks and showing up for important responsibilities. ENTP strength number 3, connection building skills. Well, they wouldn't be called the debater if they had no one to debate with, right? With infectious charisma and energy that could fill a room, ENTPs can easily inspire the most stubborn of people. Using their compelling charm, this extroverted type is able to magnetize people to them through their witty way with words, often intriguing others with their unegoistic sense of confidence and quick thinking. Through their tertiary extroverted feeling function, they're able to easily express their elaborate concepts to others, making it easy for them to find followers or admirers that look up to their unique way of thinking. By creating a communication style that is charming, informative, and even entertaining all at the same time. ENTPs almost never get tired of socializing. In fact, with their inexhaustible social energy, connecting and communicating with people of different thought processes, characteristics, and qualities is an innate hobby for them, a hobby that they probably couldn't live happily without. ENTP weakness number 3, seemingly insensitive. Despite their natural connection-building skills, it's fair to say that ENTPs aren't everyone's cup of tea. Sure, they have incredible charisma, but in the end, debating isn't for everybody, and neither is being challenged on personal beliefs and viewpoints. For this reason, ENTPs have a bad rap for seeming insensitive. Through their innocent banter, ENTPs can often misjudge the feelings of others, resulting in them pushing people past their tolerance levels. People can feel seriously threatened, put on the spot, or even bullied when they're being challenged on their viewpoints, and the blunt nature of an ENTP doesn't make it any easier. This is especially true considering the fact that most people with this thinking type don't really consider points rooted in emotion as valid to a practical argument. In fact, some sources claim that if someone isn't able to back up their ideas with logic, the ENTP may not only dismiss the idea, but possibly even the individual as a whole. ENTP strength number 4, well-informed and knowledgeable. Not only do ENTPs have a natural sense of intuitive intellect, but they also have a huge storage of factual knowledge that they've accumulated through life. While some people live one day to the next, never stopping to question why, who, what, or when, ENTPs have a tendency to question just about everything for the sake of learning. They don't seek out knowledge for a specific reason, such as one would only read a book if it pertains to their self-advancements. Instead, ENTPs simply find knowledge fascinating and can't go too long without learning a new concept or 5. In fact, their curiosity and thirst for knowledge is exactly what makes them so keen on debating in the first place. They love to see how other people arrive at their beliefs and conclusions and what information they have to back their concepts up, all while challenging opposing possibilities, all for the sake of learning in the most organic way possible through human connection. ENTP weakness number 4. They can't be told what to do. Endless knowledge, overflowing creativity, and eagerness to learn more. The ENTP seems like they would be the picture-perfect type to have as an employee or student in the classroom. However, all these strengths come with a small price to pay, and that's that ENTPs rarely conform to being told what to do. Similar to their need for thinking outside of the box, ENTPs can't settle for being told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, in really any aspect of their lives. In relationships, this personality type requires a great deal of independence and support in their freedom to think for themselves. However, in the career setting is where this so-called weakness is most apparent. Especially when they're challenged to start at the bottom of a new career position, ENTPs expect their ideas to be heard by those above them and are always looking for ways to do things differently. Yet, in reality, these expectations are quite unattainable in most work settings. And so, when the ENTP is faced with a position in life where they have no say, they may straight up rebel, defend themselves more intensely, or quietly do things their way, completely overlooking instruction. Yet, in the end, it's all in perspective. To some people, this stubbornness and ability to stand up for themselves would be considered a strength, especially for the types that struggle with assertiveness. Well, that wraps up today's video, Psychos. Comment down below if you can relate these ENTP strengths and weaknesses to yourself or to the ENTP in your life. Also, please don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos.